Hi there, church. In our household, it is the last day of school today. It feels kind of like a holy day. And in the church, we just celebrated one of our great holy days, the day of Pentecost, that remembers how God sent the Holy Spirit into the new church believing in Jesus, empowering them to live the kind of life that Jesus lived. God sends the Holy Spirit into us to empower us to live the life that Jesus lived. And kind of like how in the early church, there wasn't uniformity in how that life got expressed. Different people lived the life in Jesus, different life of Jesus in different ways according to God's call to them and their circumstances. That's how it is with us. I love watching the wind blow on a beautiful, gentle day like this, because when we see the trees blowing as they are behind me, we see that there isn't a uniformity to how they blow. It's not like this gale force wind where all the trees are bent just one direction, but there's sort of a gentle lilting, and the different leaves move in different directions, and the branches will bump into each other, going in different ways. And it seems like that is how the Spirit can work sometimes. The way the Spirit works in me is not the same way that the Spirit works in you, but somehow all of it is part of God's same breath, God's same life of freedom and service and love filling us and blowing through us as the church. So as we come out of the pandemic, some of what we are asking is, how is God's Spirit blowing in the church altogether, but how each of us, in the way God works in each one of us uniquely, is there a call for us each to express the life of Jesus? So on Sunday, some of us who were in worship heard Dave Stark talk about how he has responded to a call in his life to work with Elizabeth Baptist Church in the Slavic Village neighborhood of Cleveland. And he's inviting us, and we're taking him up on it, to get involved in that ministry ourselves, doing with them something that is really close to the heart of Christ Church, which is to serve people by feeding them when they don't have enough food on their own. Elizabeth Baptist Church feeds up to 1,000 people per month in their food distribution. So starting the second Saturday in June, we are going to be part of that food distribution. There's a way for you to show up and go out to Elizabeth Baptist Church and be part of their food distribution. There's a way for you to sign up for that on the e-newsletter here and learn what is involved. We are also continuing to do Vacation Bible School in a fresh way, since we're all still coming out of the pandemic. And we need volunteers to do this. We need people who will say, yes, I am willing to let the Holy Spirit work in me and through me to help kids to learn about the love of Jesus in Vacation Bible School. So I urge you to really seriously consider whether God is calling you to do this July 6th through 9. I know that for me, I look forward to it every year. It is such a joyous experience, and we get to live so much of our vision, loving God, sharing relationships, serving others from the heart of Christ. One way that we'll celebrate that kind of life is when we get together on June 6th and honor Sue Congdon for 20 years of ministry. She's retiring as CPC's organist on that Sunday, and she has certainly loved God. She has given herself in relationship with us, and she has definitely served the church well in her life as CPC's organist and church musician. So please join me and others then for a celebration after worship and a special coffee hour, the first big full-blown coffee hour after more than a year coming back. How fitting. Let's keep being the church, open to how God's Spirit is at work in each of us and all of us. Peace to you, church.